Many people know who watch this channel on a regular basis will remember that I was invited to unveil the statues of course, the unveiling, should I say, of the statues of the former royals known as Harry and Meghan at Madame Tussauds. And I have to say, I thought they were the absolute look-alike best, you know, some of the best waxworks I'd ever seen. I couldn't quite believe how lifelike they were. Of course, some people might say they should have remained like that and Harry and Meghan might have had more success within the British monarchy. But it's always interesting to see how these stories get developed and engulfed. And of course, when you think about it, part of the problem now with waxworks, and I don't know if you get this, but I think kids expect a little bit more, you know, more interaction and need to do more than just standing there. Or do they? So guess what? Over in Paris, this particular waxwork of an international pop icon, Beyoncé, has caused something of a, well, furor as ever. Let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for your time. We'll have a quick wave. How are you? Are you all right? Yes, Beyoncé, you know, I've met her on many different occasions. A really beautiful girl, very talented, but very business-minded as well. You know, I quite like that about, you know, when you meet pop stars and you feel a bit sorry for them because you realise that they are just a pop star, their time is limited and they don't realise that people around them are all making a lot of money. Beyoncé is also married, of course, to the entrepreneur, mogul, rapper, whatever you want to call him, Jay-Z, and they formed a very successful, very lucrative company. Now, over at the Grevin Museum in Paris, last Thursday, they unveiled this brand new statue of the pop superstar. And apparently this has got everybody up in arms, simply because, of course, of the shade of, you know, said superstar. Now, let me tell you, having met Beyoncé in the flesh, she's got a beautiful skin tone. But what I would point out is, I've got more of a problem with the fact that I don't necessarily think it looks, well, anything like her. Forget the skin tone. But guess what? Yes, people are up in arms basically saying, well, you know, they haven't looked at the skin tone right, it's whatever, cultural appropriation or stuff like that. Well, I would refer you to this. You see, here are pictures of Beyoncé recently as a blonde, looking absolutely fabulous, but certainly not the colour I remember sitting down for dinner with her in London, you know, totally different. And she has sanctioned these pictures. So again, one might suggest, is it literally the museum, the waxwork company doing this to make sure that they get some publicity, so people talk about it, maybe go and visit it? It becomes something a bit like that, doesn't it? Over here in the United Kingdom, you know, we had a waxwork company out at Great Yarmouth, Louis Tussauds, and people went to see them because they were that bad, they were that good, you know what I mean? So for now, I'd love to know your comments on this, because is it wrong to not necessarily get it right? Does it really matter? And more importantly, I'd love to know this. Would you still queue like they do outside Madame Tussauds here in London for hours on end just to look at waxworks of people that some people might say you fail to recognise? And if you were Beyoncé, would you be up in arms or just think, well, it's not bad, it's a bit of publicity? Either way, you never know in this modern age, do you, how people feel about certain things. I, for one though, would say, I think she looks okay. What do you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.